Lesson 6, the Project Management Office. The Project Management Office is a group or a unit that exists within an organization that defines and maintains the standards of project management. This is a unit that is created in organizations that already have a methodology and they have implemented it, and they want a unit that will provide support in the use and application of the methodology. So it is for those organizations that are at a higher level in terms of their maturity model. The types of organizations, what they choose in terms of the project management office, it usually means that it's going to be at a level that is not going to be part of the program units or the functional support units. Usually it reports to the director or a program director, but the main focus is to provide support to all the projects. In this chart, for example, an organization with a matrix environment, you will have projects and program units, but the project management office will be the one that is supporting all of these projects, and mostly in terms of helping them with the application of the methodology, also providing support in terms of capacity building to their staff, but their role is a little bit independent of whatever type of work the organization does, will focus mostly on providing the support to those projects. There are different roles for the PMO. At the higher level, it will be a strategic role, meaning it's going to be more on the alignment of the projects to the organization. They're going to be dealing maybe with the portfolio management elements of it, helping the organization select the best projects and make sure that the process of selection and analysis of new projects is aligned and supports the strategy. It also might have a governance role, where it's going to be more about making sure that projects have a steering committee. They might even be part of the steering or an advisory committee, and they set up certain rules in terms of how decisions are made and the type of resources are distributed across the different organizational projects, so they have what they need depending on their priorities. And even a tactical role in which they are helping project managers. In this role, they could even be helping them with some elements of the project, such as monitoring or even evaluation. Some of the key responsibilities of a project management office, the first one is to define and maintain the methodology to make sure that it's up to date and any changes or improvements are then distributed to all the projects. They also help with project documentation in terms of gathering, for example, lessons learned that can be used for new projects when they are in the phase of being designed. They can also gather all those records and make them available to the organization and other projects, and organizing all of those documents. They can also provide training services, especially for new staff joining the organization who need to know how to use the methodology. They can provide, and continuous training, building the capacity of the current staff who are assigned to work on projects. They also develop the competencies that will be the kind of the skills and experience needed to work on projects. They will even help in the selection of future project managers. And then another important responsibility is tracking performance of the project as they are using the methodology, because that information helps them also see how the projects are improving in their efficiencies, how they're able to deliver the benefits that were designed for. So tracking performance will be another element of the responsibilities of the PMO. There are three types of PMOs. The first one is called support. That will be explained later. Then we have the coordination and the control type of PMO. Let's look at the first one, the support model. In this role, the project management office is mostly in charge of the project methodology, that is managing all the documentation of the project management, how the organization does project management. They also can be in charge of capacity building, providing training, and making sure that everybody in the organizations understands and they're able to use the methodology. And also they are in charge of the knowledge management elements of the project management methodology by capturing the best practices, the lessons learned, and then using that information to improve the methodology so that every time the organization is building its own experiences and that is being captured within the methodology. The next model is the coordination model. This is where the organization is given more latitude to the PMO, and they start having a role in which they, more than using the best practices, they also start monitoring projects. They are tracking their progress, they're collecting some information, they're helping, in many cases, the project do the monitoring, because it also provides them with an additional view to look at how the project is doing without interfering in their job. The idea is that they also doing monitoring for project performance, trying to see if the problems are in the project because of the methodology, if there's anything that can be done or changed, and gathering and coordinating also some of the resources that are available from the organization, and they are distributed to different projects. So the coordination is also in terms of organizing the resources, making sure that all the projects have the support they need, especially from functional units, to do their work. The next model is the control model. And this is the model which usually you find it in organizations that have a high level of maturity in project management. So they're going to be looking into more detail at the project processes, about how different elements of work have been done. They're also going to be looking at project quality, and that's important because they're going to be looking at certain benchmarks. They're going to be looking at ways to measure the performance of different projects against certain quality standards, expectations about what that project can do and deliver. And that idea behind that is that they can use that to help the project guide. So they're going to be more in control in terms of helping the projects guide, in terms of their performance, in terms of the results they are doing, and even how they are using the different resources, in terms of how efficient they are in using the resources to produce the expected benefits.